Hey everyone, it's been a while. Welcome back to this channel. My name is Dr. Naomi Cave. I started this channel just before I started work as a junior doctor. Crazy. I thought I'd be more committed and have more time, but it's been a bit of a whirlwind. Today I'm talking about natural cycles. Why I've just returned the natural cycles thermometer and why I'm not planning on starting natural cycles anytime soon. For those of you who have been living under a rock, natural cycles is a fertility-based awareness method, and it's a contraception that uses both your body temperature and an app which uses an algorithm to determine dates which you are able to conceive, red days, and dates which you are unable to conceive, green days. Our hormones cause our body temperature to rise, and this usually happens around ovulation. And by using that pinpoint, they can know at which part of the cycle you're in. So during my induction week, it was a Tuesday, I decided that's it. I'm going to get the Natural Cycles product. In the previous video where I talked about non-hormonal contraceptions, I talked about fertility-based awareness methods, and one FDA-approved contraception, which is non-hormonal, is Natural Cycles. And I was super excited about getting this product. So on the Tuesday, I bought the product. I bought a yearly subscription and I frantically tried to call all the sexual health clinics, the GPs, to see if I could book an appointment in before I started work to get rid of my IUS, because I'm currently using the Mirena coil, which I love. So I managed to get an appointment in for Monday. Now on the weekend, I was going out and I saw one of my very good friends. Her implant had come to an end and so she went on Natural Cycles. So anyway, I see my friend and then she didn't tell me. I kind of found out, but that's another story. She was pregnant and I was shocked. This girl is very sensible. She is more sensible than I am. Anyway, I was just perplexed. I was like, wow, I've literally just booked an appointment for the next day to get my IUS out. I've just bought this subscription and you're now telling me that you're pregnant. Prior to this, I'd done a lot of research. Lots of people had really positive reviews about Natural Cycles and how they've used it for years and never had an unplanned pregnancy. There were a couple of people who had an oopsie and had a baby or got pregnant, and I was just like, this cannot be me. So I then spoke to another friend who actually also got pregnant using fertility-based awareness methods, and in her defense, well, in Natural Cycles' defense, she didn't actually use Natural Cycles. She lasted about 8 months before having an unplanned pregnancy, or I guess you can call it a spontaneous pregnancy. I think before I was thinking, would it be the end of the world if I got pregnant at this point in time? And I was like, no, I guess it would be fine if it was in 6 months' time. But actually, at that moment in time, just starting my job, just starting my career, would I want an unplanned pregnancy? And I thought, no. And I promptly wrote an email begging them to give me my subscription back. It hadn't even been sent in the post yet, and I was already like, please, can I return? Because my circumstances have changed. So mainly, I think that story just made me realize that actually I'm not in any position to have a baby at this moment in time, planned or unplanned. Another thing with Natural Cycles, and it kind of all started with my career, because I got my rota and I realized I'd be doing quite a lot of shift work. I'd be starting at different times each day. I looked at my lifestyle and I thought, I cannot accurately take a temperature every single day because my days are just so varied. The thing about Natural Cycles is it says always measure right away when you wake up before any movement or any snoozing. It also says aim to measure around the same time each morning, around 2 hours of your normal waking time and after roughly the same amount of sleep. Any days that doesn't happen, you need to exclude that temperature. In regards to on-call shifts and night shifts, it means you cannot measure at all during the day or nights when you are on call, as you may not reach your deep sleep and therefore not your resting temperature. This wasn't going to work for me and I wasn't willing to take any risks. I have to start later, I have to wake up earlier sometimes, and so therefore you can't get accurate data to accurately know your body. So that was another thing. I was like, if anyone is bound to have an unplanned pregnancy on this app, it's someone who does shift work. And I will be damned if I have been through 8 years of medical school and some bits in between to just start my career, get pregnant, and not even get maternity leave because I haven't been in the job long enough. So that was another problem. After further reflection, I just realised natural cycles is not appropriate for my current lifestyle. I drink and sometimes I wake up feeling hangover. I find myself being a bit more sick than usual, mainly because I've started working in a hospital, and my sleep schedule, as I've just previously said, is not routine. And although it's possible to still use the app with all these factors, my understanding is I'll just have more red days and it'll take the algorithm a little bit longer to understand my cycle and tell me when I have green days, which will mean using condoms more often. Another thing that made me question whether natural cycles was the right thing for me at this moment in time is I currently use the app called Clue, and I input my data like when I'm on my period, I know when I'm ovulating, I have a regular cycle, and I also input when I am sexually active with my husband. And lo and behold, unsurprisingly, the times when I'm most sexually active is when I'm ovulating. Now, the good thing about the natural cycles app, it obviously gives you a red day. And actually, to be fair, with both of my friends, it wasn't that the app was wrong, they just had sex on the red days. And I thought, you know, oh, of course I can just overcome that. But no, because your biology tells you that when you're ovulating, your body is ready for impregnation, it wants sex, you have a high sex drive, you are feeling yourself, you're feeling your partner, he smells good. There's your body is trying to tell you, do not put that condom on and just have a good time. And I just thought, you know, am I really strong enough? When I had previously decided to take my Mirena coil out, my partner and I had used condoms for the week before my appointment, my supposedly appointment. And it was just a faff. And I thought, can I do this for the next year? Is it worth it when I already like the Mirena coil? I'm sure there's lots of women who are strong enough, but am I strong enough when I'm ovulating, when my hormones, my body, everything is driving me? Is that the time I'm going to be like, oh, let me remember the condom, which we haven't been using all throughout the month, but these 3 to 5 days, let's use a condom. I just thought there's no chance. And so I decided to return natural cycles. And I think actually it was in that moment I realised that with all my big talk about, oh, it wouldn't be so bad having a baby, I realised like I'm not actually ready to have a baby. And eventually I will use natural cycles, but when I feel like I am really prepared for an UPSI or a spontaneous pregnancy or an unplanned pregnancy, however you want to call it. If you are super committed to knowing your body, you don't have shift work and you wake up at a regular time each day and you can take your thermometer and check your temperature, then absolutely this is for you. But if you're a bit like me, you have shift work, your cat wakes you up in the middle of the night, you go to the toilet in the middle of the night, you're super excitable during your ovulation period and can't trust yourself, and actually having a child at this moment in time makes you very fearful, then maybe not use natural cycles. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just a little, hi, I'm back. I've had a month in the NHS. I've had a month as a doctor, feeling good, and just ready to take at least the next year to think about my career. Let's talk about that in another video. Bye.